So the next question, how does the break continue keywords work? So we will not see the pass keyword here. So first let's understand what is the use of break and continue. So this break and continue keywords, you must first remember that they are used in loops. When you create a loop, uh, the break and continue keywords are used inside a loop. So what is the definition of break and keyword, break and continue then? Um, both, the second point to remember, both break and continue keywords execute when a particular condition is met. Okay, so when a condition becomes true, the break and continue keywords are executed. So then what's the difference between break and continue keywords? Break is basically used to terminate, to come out of the loop immediately. Okay, so that's the definition of break keyword. Sometimes you don't want to go till the end of the loop. You don't want to complete the loop. You want to come out of the loop in between. So for that purpose, you will use this break keyword. I will give the examples once I complete the definitions. So this is a break keyword. Then what does continue keyword do? The continue keyword, I told you, they work on some conditions. So when the condition becomes true, the break keyword will make us come out of the loop immediately. But the continue keyword, when a condition is met, that part of the code is skipped. It will skip that particular condition when the condition becomes true. It will not come out of the loop. It will just skip that condition and it will go to the next statement in the loop. Okay, that's the difference between break and continue. So break is basically used to come out of the loop in between, whereas the continue keyword is used to skip that portion of the code and go to the next instruction in the loop. Okay, now let's come to the example. So I'm just giving one non-technical example here. So something is lost. Okay, so you have lost your one item, anything it can be. So you have lost something which you want to search. Okay, so what you do before searching, you will think what places you should visit and search the item. So you will select some 4 or 5 places where you want to search this item. Then you will start searching the item in these particular locations. For example, you want to visit the locations A, B, C, D, E. These are the 5 locations you want to visit to search the item. Now you go to visit the location A, you will not find your item. Okay. You go to location B, you don't find your item. Okay. Now, fortunately, you will get your item in location C. Okay. So you got your item back. In which location? In location C. But you still have not visited location D and location E. Now you tell me, once you get your item back, do you go and visit these 2 locations unnecessarily? No, right? You will not visit the location D and location E because you have got your item in location C. So you will not complete your search. You will come out once you get your item. So this is known as coming out of the loop in between. You don't want to complete the loop upon some condition. So this is the non-technical example of break keyword. Now, continue keyword. Example I'm giving you. So, you know the numbers that are divisible by 3, for example. So, you know that 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. So, these are the numbers that are divisible by 3. But in these numbers, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. So these numbers are divisible by 3, and some numbers are also divisible by 2. For example, 6 is divisible by 2, then 12 is divisible by 2, 18 is divisible by 2, 24 is divisible by 2, and 30 is also divisible by 2. So here, few numbers are only divisible by 3. Few numbers are also divisible by both 2 and 3. Now my intention, the task now is to get all the numbers from 1 to 30 that are divisible by 3, except those numbers which are divisible by both 2 and 3. Okay, so here if I say only get the numbers divisible by 3, then you will get all the numbers from 1 to 30 that are divisible by 3. But if I say don't get the numbers which are divisible by both 2 and 3, so you will skip some numbers right here. You will skip 6, you will skip 12, you will skip 18, 24, like that. So here you can use the continue statement. So when the number becomes 6, do you want that? No, you don't want that, because it's divisible by both 2 and 3. But you are not coming out of the loop. You are still in the loop. You will go to the next condition. So next number is 9. So is it divisible by both 2 and 3? No, it's only divisible by 3. So you will get 9 in that. Then you go to 12. So 12, is it divisible by both 2 and 3? Yes. So when the condition is true, that 12 is skipped. It is not fetched. So like this, the process continues till the number reaches 30. So this is an example of continue keyword. I hope you got some idea of this. So when we do later the examples, I will show you with example how to perform this break and continue. So just for now, you understand the definition of break and continue keywords. The next example, the next question. What does colon -1 do? So the brackets are both square brackets. It's a small mistake there in the answer. Anyway, both are square brackets only. So what does colon -1 do? So it's basically used to reverse the order of an array or a sequence. So import array as array, my array equals array.array, I comma 5 4 3 2 1. Then you will write my array colon -1. So it is reversing the 5 4 3 2 1. It's a sequence, right? It's an order. Then the reverse is 1 2 3 4 5. It's printing 1 2 3 4 5. So it's a meaning of colon -1. So next question, how can you randomize the items of a list in place in Python? So to randomize, we have a module called the random module. So we have to first import the random, or without importing the random module, we have this shuffle function, which is used to perform the same task. So the question is how to randomize the elements in Python. So you can see the answer there. So x equals 1 2 3 4 5 6. We will create a list first, then use a shuffle function. This shuffle function will just scatter, will just randomize the items present in the list. Then when you print x, the output, you can see the numbers are randomized now. So the output is not fixed. So every time you execute the program, the output can be different. Okay, so it's just a snapshot of the output. So the answer is using the shuffle function. What are Python iterators? So iterators are objects which can be traversed through or iterated upon. So not every data type in Python is a iterator. So for example, if you say x equals 50, so you cannot traverse through this single number. So 50 is not a iterator here. So what is an iterator then? You can iterate upon or you can traverse through. So for example, list is an iterator, then tuple is an iterator, dictionary is an iterator. It has more number of elements, right? So using the for loop, you can traverse through the items in the iterator. So you must remember list, tuples, dictionaries, set. So all these are the iterators. All right. The next question, how can you generate random numbers in Python? So here comes the random module. So the random module is the standard module that is used to generate a random number. So first you need to import the random module, then you can write random.random. So here the statement random.random, it's a function. It will return the floating number that is in the range 0, 1. Okay. So it will always return the numbers in the range 0, 1. The function generates random floating numbers. The methods that are used with the random class are the bound methods of the hidden instances. The instances of the random can be done to show the multi-threading programs that creates a different instance of individual threads. The other random generators that are used are, I mean, we will see them later. We have this range function, we have this uniform function, we have this normal variate function. Okay, all these functions are used to basically inside the random module. Okay, so this is the answer. I mean, this is just the introduction. Later we will see how does the random module work. All right, so guess it was helpful. Any question, any doubts, you can mail us. All right.